Good morning, everyone. It is 10:30 a.m. Thursday, August 17th. My name is Doug, and I'm going to do a technical analysis of the price charts for light crude oil futures. I don't know the future, so don't take any of this as trading advice for you, but it lets me go back over my own TA analysis later in the future and learn from my own self. So I did a video on August 3rd, right here, where I was talking about going short because of the break of this trend line. A little bit of my markup is still on the chart. And now that the RSI has come back to these levels, it's seeming to me that the chart has something else to tell me now. So this is a hidden divergence right there. And for me, it is a potential for this to be a springboard consolidation now, where oil prices could bounce up higher out of this. And it could be time to let go of my short positions and reevaluate. At the same time, we are underneath a long time historical support and resistance zone that if the S&P 500 is easing off and slowing down, well then I want to be prepared for oil prices to be slumping off. And I don't know anything about the long-term supply and demand of oil and the political stuff going on around it. All I'm doing is looking at my trading signals and my exponential moving averages here as my main guide. We got the 1, 2, 3 top formation already confirmed. We have the break of the uptrend line. We're still underneath that 1, 2, 3 top and testing from underneath. And so failure from this position here is a confirmation of my bearish bias and that I should be doing pretty much nothing right now, but just observing it all. If the RSI stays under these ranges and drops further, then so will oil prices. So I just want to document all this and mark it all out on these different indicators so that I can look back later and see what's up. This way, I'm not just analyzing the prices, I'm analyzing the analyst in the longer term. So here in the weekly oil price Bollinger MACD indicator, like a parent who has too many kids, I'm seeing the histograms easing off here. So the histograms are less powerful. That's the first little ease, and that the things are starting to come back together and cross would be super bearish. Now I want to see that on smaller time frames, and there it is in the daily. So now that I have this on the daily, I want to know if there's a counter move happening on the shorter time frame, on the 12-hour, on the 4-hour. And there it is. So the 4-hour could be doing that pullback and crossover to be going higher, which means that I am sandwiched between the 1, 2, 3 top here. That's my main signal off of this uptrend line break. I was looking for it earlier, but there it is. So now that we have that, I'm looking for the short time frames to fail the test under these ranges when I get into the smaller time frame, and that will give me insight into the validity or the failure of this as a 1, 2, 3 double bottom. So it gives me this question zone where I can answer my own question. Should I be holding this position, or should I be getting out and look for another one? Right now I'm still feeling like holding this short position, but I'm in no place to add on to it for the position sizes I have, and I'll show you that in a second. So I want to go into the Ichimoku cloud. Let me go back out to the longer time frame. The weekly, we're bouncing off the cloud, and dropping down from here would be continuing the bearish trend, and breaking down below that EMA would be important. That prices are going to be coming down, halfway down to at least the bottom of the ranges here into the $50 range, $60 range. And I have no idea, of course. I don't know the future. So what I'm looking for now is confirmation on a smaller time frame that we either have or we don't have this, right? We've got the top, we've got the bottom, and we'll have the crossovers. The Ichimoku cloud will give us the crossovers on the smaller time frame. So there's the 12-hour giving us the crossover, and the 12-hour has the potential to be a bullish continuation buy signal off of this. Should the blue cross back up above the red, that would be bullish. And continuing, the 4 hour has already crossed, it's under the cloud, and I want to see the smaller time frames now. This is where we're getting juicy for me. The 1 hour has come up underneath the cloud. It's underneath the 200 period exponential moving average. And this would be a confirming bearish move for me now. If the blue comes up and crosses back underneath the red line here, and we go underneath this cloud, that would be confirming the top of this parallel channel down, and that we are going to be continuing to bounce on that and heading down for some time yet. So this is that's the juice for me right there. And it's confirming what I'm thinking for bear. Let's see the Bollinger Bands. Weekly. No answer. It's in between the range that I don't know. The daily has come underneath that 20 period moving average in the middle, so that continuing underneath, holding this bearish position here would be really important for the trend change. And I do expect then we're going to be hitting down to that low 60s level, and probably a little lower since we've got some momentum on this. And it may go quickly. I don't know. We're within ranges, so it's not giving me reversal details. Even on the 1 hour time frame, we didn't poke outside the third standard deviation well enough, and we're not inside the second standard deviation well enough. So again, we're within the question zone, waiting for this to confirm the 1, 2, 3, or to get up here and confirm the 1, 2, 3. So it's still clear that we have these action zones really close on both sides now. And let's go into my trades, because I'm trading here over on SimpleFX, and you can use my referral link down below, simplefx.ca, and it'll bring you over to where you get all sorts of bonuses for your first deposit and what have you over on SimpleFX. I've been trading here for a long time, and I always take the money out that I've earned and made profit from, and I only trade here with the money that comes in from referral earnings. So it's worth my while to share this and show you what I'm doing here. Here are my short positions on oil, and you can see that I don't have a stop in them right now. I'm manually watching it, and I'm going to close these positions if oil prices get up above those 1, 2, 3 zones that I've been talking about. And so I've been holding these shorts for a while without a stop, because it is a very small amount of money. So with a small amount of money, I can let prices have a larger range because it's a small amount of money. And it doesn't really matter if I let it have $2 or $3 or $5 worth of trade variability in this range. I'm comfortable with that. And that's why I'm trading this small here, for examples on how you can do it, and so that I can start off really easy and add on to it when it proves me successful. Even here on this Litecoin trade that I started off on August 3rd, I think, or back in this range, I just let it run. It was okay. Everything was all looking good for the longer term, and it wasn't getting me that prices weren't proving me correct immediately on this. The price swing wasn't enough dollars to make it worth my time to do anything yet. So I was letting that go as well. So we're good on this. If oil prices do come down, I'll earn both in Litecoin and in the US dollar account, trading account that I have here. The other trade that I have, and I'll do a second video on this one, is my short on the S&P 500. And you can see that I rode these shorts a little early as well on these, where I was getting into shorts before my trading. I was getting into them, and I held them as prices went up against me. And I just held them because they were small. It came down, and I took a couple losses on the way up. I'm okay with that. Now, I'm in a position where my stops are still up above the market, and it's time for me to start moving them down and watching for prices to give me the place where I can add on to this short position if I'm proven correct. So I'll do a second video on the S&P 500, and I'll connect up to the former video I did. But for now, let's take a look at oil prices and focus in that should this run out of steam here and start to drop down, my position is good, and I'll lock in that with my stops just below my entries, and we'll talk about this one again later. So what I'm watching for now here is for the short term to ease off right from these levels, and should it start to gain strength above the 81.5, area, I'll close my positions and I'll reevaluate that. That's it for this video. Super grateful to have you along. Be sure to trade safe and keep those losses small.